well, 2 years, you recorded 40 songs.
Yeah.
How do you keep the same feeling in the album and in the songs? Is it hard, or is it? Because I can imagine the song that you wrote 2 years ago and then the last song, maybe they differ a little bit because of all the.
No, it's not like that, because if you've been in a band for like 10 years together, it's amazing things happen. You sound like we sound like Travis. So it doesn't really come into it.
And it's not a deliberate thing. It's funny, you know. I think. I know what you're getting at. I think it's because I think it is quite a cohesive record.
Yeah.
You know, I think it kind of all the songs stick together well, and it is interesting that they were done over that period of time. Although you know, people have been saying it's a very eclectic record, and it's kind of it's got kind of bits of everything to it. But I think it's funny. When we got the track listing together, we went away and listened to all the songs that we'd recorded and then emailed each other with kind of potential running orders. And you know, out of 40 songs, you could, as I said earlier, you could make an infinite number of different records from those songs, with running orders and everything else. But actually, the 4 track listings that came through had 8 or 9 songs in common, which is quite good. You know, you think, oh, right, well, that's
the main song.
That's the big songs, and then it's just a matter of slotting in like the other 2 or 3 songs that just make it feel like a record and feel kind of like a nice journey. And, you know, that's the connective tissue, and I think it seemed to happen quite easily.
What song did you want to include that you had to work for and that wasn't on his list?
I had New Amsterdam was a song I wanted to get on, and no one else wanted it to go on.
Why?
And why?
Why did you want it on and they didn't want it?
Well, because I liked it and they didn't. It's pretty simple.
There was a song called.
No, but I mean, why didn't they like it?
Interesting. There was a song called "You Bring Me Down," which I thought was great, and I really wanted that on instead of New Amsterdam. But interestingly, you've just kind of brought it up in mind. That was a song that was hanging around from 12 Memories time. So it's kind of interesting that didn't end up on there, because maybe there was something very different about it. You'll hear it, it's going to be a B-side. Okay. And it actually is more of a 12 Memories kind of song than a Boy With No Name song.
And there was also... what other song was it?
Really? It was...
Eyes Wide Open, which is his 5th, 6th song.
Franny didn't want that.
I never wanted that. I just thought it sounded cheesy. I thought that song, I was like...
We almost never recorded that song.
we rehearsed that in rehearsal rooms, and our drummer Neil was like, that's brilliant, we've got to record that. And I was like, and then we went in to record Selfish Gene, and what other song did we record? We recorded a bunch of stuff. Yeah, but my Eyes Wide Open was not even an issue, and we ended up doing it just to try out a recording technique, but it was more about the recording technique than actually the song. But we recorded it, and everyone was like, "Oh, it sounds amazing," and I still was like, "Nah, I just don't like it. I just didn't like my singing on it or something." And then, right at we mixed it. Mm-hmm. It sounded great, and even then I was like,
"Oops, shit, that's just falling out my pocket."
No problem.
That's not broken.
Even then, at the point of mixing, I was like. Nah. And even at the point of mastering the record,
we were still all lobbying for this. The 3 of me, Andy and Neil, were all lobbying for this song to go on.
And what was your main argument?
We were just like, it's fucking brilliant. What are you talking about?
But it's really, really sweet, because just before we did this interview, someone sent us a link to a YouTube, and there's some kid playing it.
Okay.
In his bedroom, and it made me realise that. It is a great song. I mean, I realised that anyway when we started playing it live, because it is a really very sort of like boom, boom. And but this little kid sitting in his room just singing it, and I'm like, that's quite cool, you know. It's travelled, it's gone, and it's now someone else's song.
And it's doing its thing.